As the DP, Amanda, you go all the way down to Skupin, Palomino, Cordoza, Martinez, and that's a 1 through 9 lineup you can work with.
Yeah, and we started to see some life come into those sticks yesterday, and Wildcats are hoping to continue it on to today.
All right, Samaria Diaz getting the nod in the circle. I expected to see Brooke Yanez, but here's Diaz, who was very effective yesterday.
She was effective and she wasn't seen much, so she's a senior getting a start on senior day. I think it's a smart move to see what you can get out of Samaria Diaz and have Brooke Yanez in your back pocket.
Love that. Diaz coming in with a 3-1 record. And as Amanda said, effective yesterday, but Arizona didn't get a whole lot of looks at her through the order, and we are underway. Arizona, by winning yesterday's nightcap, takes their first game in Eugene since 2010. That's how dominant Oregon has been in Eugene against the Cats. More importantly, Amanda, it gives them a little momentum coming into today's finale.
When you say that, I still can't believe that they have not won a game in Jane Sanders up here in Eugene since 2010 with as dominant as Arizona can be. It just goes to show the home field advantage and how that can really come into play.
Mionyo, good piece of hitting there on an 0-2 count. Slaps that ball through the hole. She's on base. Nice way for the Cats to lead things off.
I think this is just a great first at-bat for Mionyo to let her team know that she's here to compete, she's here to set the tone, and just continuing it on with what they started yesterday.
Mionyo leading the Pac-12 in batting average, coming into today at .467. And here is Karanko. Oregon's defense, McGowan will get the nod behind the plate as you would expect. Sid, Brito, Bunker, Bowden, your infielders from third to first. Delgado, Pangilinan, and Cruz, outfielders left to right. Karanko hitting .345. Missed some 24 games earlier this season in a freak accident where she broke a bone in one of her thumbs. Arizona's so deep, didn't miss a beat without her, but you want Karanko in the lineup all the time. Sid doing her thing, whether it's a bunt or a little slap down to third, erasing that lead runner.
Yeah, Sid has proven that with a runner on first base, she's that athlete on the infield you want to avoid hitting the ball to. She knows as soon as contact's made, she's going to look to get that lead runner, fields it well in and out of her glove, throws a strike over to Bunker at second.
Sid and Bunker have been working together over and over and over since their freshman year, and it shows. Here's Harper. Harper coming in at .318. Had a couple of hits in game 2, including a double, but Ofer in game 1 and game 3. Harper on that home run chase. But what we saw from her yesterday, swinging that bat so pretty, Amanda, it wasn't for the fences, it was just to get on base.
Yeah, and I think that's what I've always liked about her swing, is she never looks like she's swinging for the fences. She's just that solid of a hitter and that much power in that swing. The home runs just happen to come for her.
Happened to come 88 times. I mean, my goodness, 88 home runs for Harper. Lauren Chamberlain leads all of NCAA Division I in terms of round trippers with 95. Ron Burkhart calling balls and strikes. Going down for some help to Jim Bertuzzi at first base. Did not go, 3-1. Brett Higgins, your second base umpire. Megan Rabin over at third, 3-1. Hitter's pitch coming. A big out for the Oregon defense.
Diaz throws that ball pretty hard, and this just gets in on the hands of Jessie Harper. on that chalk line. Harper just misses.
So here's Mulipola, the Olympian who took last year off from Arizona to train with the U.S. women's national team, redshirted. And what a gift for the Cats that she's playing this spring and summer, early summer, before, knock on wood, the Tokyo Olympics.
I'm sure there's been a whirlwind of emotions for Deja over the last year or so, just giving up her senior year for the Olympics and then the Olympics being postponed and having to make some big decisions.
Mulipola coming into the series finale riding a 10-game hitting streak, hitting over 400. Leads this club with the 49 RBIs. Slugging percentage just under 900. Big bat. Outside edge. Diaz caught it, 2-2.
And that curveball cuts real hard. Tara McGowan back there doing a nice job of holding it over the plate.
Mionyo at first, opening the inning with a single. Big strikeout. Odd again in a starting role today. Tough batting order for Denham to face. Cruz has just been lights out. Bunker her RBI self. McGowan obviously the hero in game one. And it's going to be really interesting as Brito goes down towards the bottom of the lineup. She and Pangilinan could turn it over nicely for Oregon.
I think Oregon's just got some good sticks right now, and they've been showing it over the weekend.
So Denham again gets the nod, lost that heartbreaker as Yanez and Denham was in that, they were both in that pitching duel yesterday. She'll get the nod in the circle again. What do you like about Denham as you look at her numbers?
I just think she's been in command all weekend long. She's had an unfortunate loss in that first game, but she threw phenomenal.
Yep.
And then was in complete control when she came in again in game two. So I like the idea of going with Denham here on Sunday. And I think both teams recognize that, hey, it's the fourth game of a four-game series. We've played everybody, or we've used all of our pitchers. Today's just about, you know, getting through however you can and assuming you're going to go into your bullpen at some point.
Cruz leading things off for Oregon. We can go on and on about the series that Haley Cruz on Senior Day weekend have been enjoying. Flying out in her first plate appearance, but it doesn't erase what she's done up to this point. Special stuff. Arizona's defense, one of the best in the country. Mulipola behind the plate. Malia Martinez, Harper, Caranco, Skupin, your infielders. Mionyo, Palomino, Cordoza, Martinez, Peanut to you in right field, left to right. Just a hesitation for a second by Palomino Cordoza, and I think she was smart, Amanda, to play it on the hop because that thing had base hit written all over it.
You know, those are by far the most difficult balls as an outfielder, the ones that are on a line right at you, not to one side or the other. It's tough to read, and I think she did a great job, Cardoza did, of keeping the ball in front but also putting out a full effort.
So Bunker with the one-out single. Cordoza, Palomino Cordoza, 4 years starting in center field for Arizona. One error while playing in that center field position her entire career. Now, she played first base in 2018, recovering from an ACL. But think about that now. While in center field, one error her entire career, and that happened this year. Crazy. Amanda, you've played center field for the UCLA Bruins in the circle as well. Is she as good a center fielder as you've seen?
Oh, absolutely. She's got such great instincts, a nice arm. And she's just very much in control. She's a leader out there. You can just tell the way that she prepares before each pitch, leans with it, but doesn't give up locations.
See, I just learned something right there. I got to watch her a little more carefully in terms of, so she understands what pitch is coming, but she doesn't want to tip off the batter. As McGowan through the hole, and the Ducks have something going here in the first and second, one down.
McGowan just covers that entire plate. She's got a bit of a closed stance, but then turns on this middle pitch, drives it into left field.
Good sign for the Ducks in the doubleheader yesterday. McGowan was 0 for 7 over both of the games, so she rips a single in her first plate appearance in the finale today, and here's Delgado. Delgado had a couple of hits yesterday after going 0 for 2 in game 1, which snapped her 9-game hit streak, but she's got a little modest hit streak going since then, hitting .344. Freshman out of California, pretty clutch and adjusting to Pac-12 pitching very well. Just missing there, 2-1. Right down the gut. Denham now ahead in the count. Or excuse me, evens the count at 2-2. Gorgeous day here in Eugene. Temperatures will be in the low 60s, no rain. Wind's not a factor at this point. Where's Denham missing, Amanda?
You know, it's not by much, but it's off the outside part of the plate. And with runners on first and second, if you can get a ground ball to the left side of the field and get an easy force out at third, that'd be an ideal situation.
Big out for Denham and the Cats. So now 2 down for Rachel Sid. Gorgeous day here in Eugene. You know, in that 4-3 win for Arizona in yesterday's nightcap, the Ducks stranded 8. That's got to change today.
I think we were seeing that quite a bit from both teams. Getting runners on base and just not able to come through with the clutch hits until we saw Allie Skaggs come up and Scooping come up with runners on base and make things happen.
Mulipola takes one right off the hardware. Sid looking for her first hit of the series. Average down to 259. Off speed, and it's a beauty. Denham leads this club in wins, appearances, starts, complete games, and shutouts. Transfer from Louisiana Lafayette has been really solid for Candrea in the circle. Chopper, good glove, and that'll do it. Ducks strand a pair. Gorgeous afternoon on Mother's Day, and a tip of the cap to all you mothers out there. Bless your hearts. Allie Skaggs, one of the heroes for Arizona yesterday, will dig in. First pitch swinging. No problem for Cruz, 1 down. And that'll bring up Malia Martinez. Hitting .319. Conference numbers down a bit. But with the 10 home runs and the 34 ribbies, you know she's just a swing from busting things wide open or just plain getting Arizona on the board first.
Right, I think this whole ball team feels like they're all one swing away from just busting out and getting back to their usual type of play.
Nice job by Martinez, just going with that pitch, Amanda, and sharply getting it through the infield.
Yeah, and that's when you know a hitter is sitting comfortable in the box. She didn't try to hit a home run. Samaria Diaz has so much speed. The ball's middle outside. Martinez just sits right between her feet, punches that ball to right field.
You're so smart, you know, when you helping us understand just going with the pitch and not trying to overpower it, letting your bat do the talking and not pulling it. Try to pull it anyway, probably grounding out. Going opposite field, and boom, you're on first with a one-out rally.
And when you have a hard thrower, sometimes you forget you still have time. You still have to let the ball travel, and you still have to see it hit your bat.
So here's Skupin with the big knock in the 7th inning to plate what proved to be the game-winning runs for Arizona. Skaggs and Skupin, the heroes yesterday, the young pups for the Cats. We were talking before Skupin's big at-bat late in our nightcap yesterday. She was 0 for at the time you felt she was due, and she delivered. And to your point, Amanda, you just can't help but think it's just a matter of time before Arizona gets her going. But credit the Duck pitching. They just have never let Arizona get totally on track, freewheeling, swinging with ease, you know, just going up with the big cuts. This Duck pitching staff has been really, really good.
I think that really has been the key. Yanez obviously, you know, has the potential to shut some hitters down, but then when number 2 and number 3 and number 4 come in and they don't let up either, you just don't give any momentum over to the other team. Arizona has not been able to string hits together back to back in order to break things open, so you really got to credit that entire pitching staff of the Oregon Ducks.
Clee Thermos is really the only one that Arizona figured out, you know, getting through to her with 4 earned runs yesterday. But for the most part, yeah. High and tight. Good eye there by Skupin. The count goes full. Skupin at 347 with the 9 homers. Candrea talks about Skupin as a 20 home run kind of kid in terms of season to season. Boy, and he knows home run hitters.
And she's made really good pitch selection decisions. She's swinging at good pitches. She laid off that real tough rise ball the pitch before.
You talked about the strength of her hands yesterday.
Yeah, and she's, I don't want to say she's a little late, but when you've got quick hands, strong hands, you know that you have more time. You don't have to rush, so she can make decisions later and still catch up with the ball.
So McGowan wanted to visit with Diaz. What do you suppose they might have been talking about? 1 down, runner aboard, full count. Signals, just make sure everybody's on the same page?
Better specific locations,
okay.
Exactly what I'm looking for. I'm going to put this pitch down, but this is exactly where I want it.
Another full count offering. Skupin's just missing, and she's having some good rips and a good look at Diaz. Cat and mouse here, that's for sure. Long at bat for Skupin. Continues to foul pitches off. We're still at a full count. 1 down, 1 aboard. Walk puts runners at first and second.
And that was just a great at-bat, not pressing. The freshman keeping her mind on just seeing good pitches. Not
pretty good
swinging out of
discipline.
zone. That was really good discipline.
Yeah. And here's Palomino Cardoza, hitless in the series coming into today. One down, first and second. 7, 8, 9. A tall order for Diaz. Scooping the 7th hitter, walks. Palomino Cardoza with home run power in that 8-hole. Beautiful time for off speed there, Amanda, and Palomino Cardoza was fooled.
Yeah, we haven't really seen much of the off speed from Diaz, but it's a great time to start pulling that off, especially when you get the hitters swinging out front and getting aggressive. Start mixing that in more often.
Here's Peanut Martinez. Had a home run in Game 1 on Friday. And also had a hit in the nightcap of our doubleheader yesterday, hitting .297. But in conference play, up over 300. Opposite field. Delgado trying to chase it down. So the count 1-1.
And Martinez showing the bunt, pulling it back and going full swing, just missing this. That's some good power behind that.
Got that bat pulled back, like, as you mentioned, Amanda, and yeah, opposite field, just missed that thing. Just got under it. Fouled straight back, pretty good rip, 1-2. Who can break through first with runners aboard? Two down, first and second for the Cats. Good job by McGowan, sliding over. Make sure that thing didn't go to the backstop. 2-2.
You love it when a catcher's willing to put her body in front of anything. As a pitcher, you feel a little more comfortable letting it loose.
Sid. Ooh, collision. Bowden is able to keep the foot on the bag to record the out, as Martinez and Bowden hit the dirt. Sid is able to gun the runner down. Kind of a bang-bang play. We're still scoreless at the Jane. We'll lead things off for the Oregon Ducks just moments ago. Kind of a scary play defensively for Bowden at first.
Yeah, and that's Martinez puts that ball in place. Sid fields it at third base, throws the ball across, and then look at Hannah Martinez's foot clips the heel of Shea Bowden as she comes through. Martinez goes down, Bowden goes down. She got up with a slight limp, just working it out, I guess, because she's up to bat, and we'll see her full run down to first.
My Achilles hurts just looking at that.
Right.
Bowden, one of the Swiss Army knife kind of players for Oregon, hitting .257. Numbers coming down in conference play. She's had a couple of hits this series. One of the seniors that were honored before the game, really cool what the Ducks grounds crew did by putting the numbers around the infield of the 5 seniors, 5 players honored today, as Bowden down via the K. Denham in control.
A couple of off speed, and then that drop that bites hard at the end. A really nice 0-2 pitch.
That'll bring up the DP, Gabby Herrera. Was asked to pinch hit in game 3 yesterday, 0 for 1. Hitting .273. Hitless in conference play. Lombardi has gone with a few different DPs throughout the season. Herrera getting the nod. Maybe a kind of a gut feeling that Missy might have for the freshman.
Yeah, and I think, you know, at this point in the season, why not? Why not give some of these athletes who have shown progress and good things in practice an opportunity in the game? It's only going to get more difficult as the season goes on, and you're going to want to go deeper into your bench into certain situations. So let's throw them into the fire now and see how they handle it.
2-2. Herrera was 2 for 2 in a pinch hitting role in early May against Arizona State, so she's been asked to come up big and has responded on occasion. 2-2 here, 1 down, nobody on. There it is, first conference knock, and it could be extra bases. It will be extra bases. How about that? Welcome to the hit show, Gabby.
She was so calm in this at bat. Look at how deep she watches the pitch come, sees it down, hits her barrel, puts it right inside the foul line down into left field. Really solid piece of hitting.
Second double of the season. First extra base hit for the Ducks today. So another runner in scoring position for Oregon, and here's Brito. Brito, let's just be honest here, has been struggling at the plate, Amanda. 0 for this series. And if I'm not mistaken, 0 for her last 24. Her average still over 300, but it was well over 400 going into conference play.
Yeah, this is hard when you know that you're in your zone and you're having a hard time seeing the ball. Sometimes you just got to choke up, try something different. Maybe think about dropping a bunt for a base hit. Do something just to break the rhythm up.
So big K for Denham as Brito goes down. 2 outs for Pangilinan. Amanda, we talk about 7, 8, 9 hitters all the time, and it'll be interesting to see who can turn that lineup over or come up with the clutch RBI down in that 7, 8, 9 role.
Yeah, both of these rosters have really nice bottoms of the lineup. And they've done great things.
Pangilinan had a good day yesterday in that doubleheader. Had a double in the first game of the double dip. Another hit in game 3. Feeling comfortable at the plate. So ball gets away from Mulipola. Herrera scampers to third.
And it looks like Mulipola crossed up just a little. She inches towards the outside part of the plate. That ball goes low and inside.
Count goes to 3-1. The dangerous Cruz on deck. Here's a good look at Haley. Mission accomplished for Pangilinan. The hottest hitter wearing duck gear coming to the plate. So now runners at the corners for the Oregon Ducks. And Cruz, who flew out to right field in her first plate appearance today, will dig in.
Man, that inside pitch is just not being called a strike. The way that Deja Mulipula is holding it, it looks awfully close.
1-0. Right down the gut that time, Cruz taking 1-1. Cruz at .381 leads this team in batting average, hits, on base percentage. Waits for it and flies out to right field again. And the Ducks strand another pair, and we're still scoreless. Missed opportunities for Oregon. Every game decided by one run. The Ducks coming into today's finale, leading the series 2-1. And both teams, Amanda, knowing how critical these final games are of the regular season in terms of postseason play and hosting.
Yep, and I love offense. I love high run scores. I love the bombs, but I love pitching duels. I like to watch these hitters scrap it out. I like to watch the pitchers pitch. I like to see them be in these high pressure situations because it's only making them better. Looking forward to the end of this season and into postseason.
These games just huge in terms of exactly what you said, where folks are going to be seated, who gets to host, who's got momentum. As Mioño leads things off here in the third, she had that slap single in her first plate appearance. So Amanda, Mioño with the kind of speed that the Caitlin Lowe's and the Natasha Watleys have in terms of home to first, they clock her at 2.6 seconds. Lowe and Watley at 2.5. Crazy funny numbers, huh?
Yeah, a little fast. It's pretty fast. You don't have much time to react on defense. This is why Oregon's defense is so tight in.
You bet.
You have to give up the grass behind you because otherwise anything in front's a base hit.
The outfield coming in as well. You know the infield is poaching. They're coming in because that ball cannot hit the ground 2 times or forget about it. But I see a lot of room to run if she can slap something in between those outfielders, Amanda.
And they're right there. She's showing a little bit of it, and I think that's where her game can be taken to the next level. And you ask a Natasha Watley and even a Caitlin Lowe, when you can add that power game to your speed, you make it almost impossible to defend against you. So the infield is pinched in really tight. The outfield now has to make a decision. Am I going to prevent that small ball from dropping in? Or am I going to, risk that ball being hit into the gap? There's just so many options when you add power.
Brito hurries, guns her down. Big out. And I love the fact that Brito, like a veteran, only a pup, but plays defense after some frustrating at-bats and still brings it with the glove.
Yeah, you have to be perfect with that. Field it quickly and throw a strong strike.
So 1 down for Karanko. It's not lost on Diaz how critical it was to set Mioño down to start this frame off. But still work to do. 1-1. Karanko really lighting it up in conference play. Such a dangerous hitter.
I think what Diaz has been able to do up to this point is just buy Brooke Yanez time in the bullpen and just continue to sit these hitters down. Now into the second time through the lineup, everything you get out of Diaz is a bonus.
Karanko sharply singles up the gut.
Karanko saw this ball really well, off speed, down in the zone. Showing off a little of her power.
How short of a leash do you think Diaz has? And I don't mean that critically. She's been really good up to this point. But at some point, are you thinking Lopez will make that appearance?
You mean Yanez?
I mean, Yanez?
Yeah, I think at some point you will, yes. Especially with no runs up on the board for the Ducks. I think Samaria Diaz so far is doing a really nice job. But the minute it seems as though the Wildcats are starting to get a little of that momentum, I think it'll be a fairly quick hook.
Yanez was warming up for a while. I'm not sure. We don't see any activity right now for Yanez in the pen. She may be ready. Fouled straight back. Harper. Harper with the 12 home runs and the 38 ribbies. Hitting .318. Will hit, and it's a no doubt about it 2-run bomb. Arizona on the board. Harper with home run number 89. And I'm telling you, Cruz didn't even turn and look at where that thing was going.
You know, and Harper's swing doesn't look any different than the line drive she was swinging at yesterday. This pitch just a little above the barrel. That's why it left the ballpark, but she remains the same every swing. And she's really just been fighting. I'm rooting for Jessie Harper because I've just loved what she's done throughout her career. And I would imagine there's such pressure now here on this 5th year to be better than all the other years, but she's been so good. There's so much pressure that comes around with it. So I'm just so happy to see her succeed and get what she deserves here in her senior year.
The pressure that she is under to overtake Lauren Chamberlain for that all-time home run lead is unimaginable, and there's a good look at Yanez. But Harper now has 89. We would be remiss if we didn't keep you posted on where Harper stands. Harper with 89 homers now. Stacy Newman is in the 3rd slot with 90 home runs, the UCLA Big Bopper. Tatiana Mauga, Arizona's home run leader, is at 92. So Harper is chasing Newman, Mauga, and Chamberlain. Mulipola looking at a 2-0 count. And obviously looking for something to drive. Both teams early in this game stranding some runners, but Harper took care of that. Wow, that was some kind of shot. So 3-0 to Mulipola. Lost her.
I think we're going to see that change now, Ann.
I'm with you.
That's just how quickly the tables can turn. You know, we were just talking about how good Samaria Diaz was doing, keeping these hitters off balance. Second time through the lineup, every hitter's a bonus. And then just like that, you get one runner on base, and Jessie Harper does her thing, and the game changes.
Okay, so let me ask you this. Harper's first plate appearance, she pops out to second base on a 3-1 count. What did she learn about Diaz where she goes yard in her second plate appearance with that bomb?
I think for Jessie, so much of what it is just pitch selection, finding one that she can barrel up on and then getting a really good piece. She didn't miss that pitch before by much. So I think it was just a matter of making a small adjustment and just being a little more patient.
So to your point, the change has been made. Skaggs will await the warm-up pitches from Yanez, who has been a great story of this series, going the distance in game 1 with the 2-hitter for the victory. That was Friday night. And then going the distance in the first game of our doubleheader yesterday. 7 innings pitched, 4 hits, no runs, 12 Ks in that victory. She has been a great story for the Ducks in this series.
We'll be able to go that long against a team like this just says so much about her ability to make adjustments from pitch to pitch, at bat to at bat. And then as they're making pitches, the Wildcats against her, making adjustments, I should say, she's answering right back. So she just did a tremendous job of setting the tone for this whole series for the Ducks.
So she's won both games for Oregon against Arizona in dominating fashion in the circle. And she comes in relief today. Runner on first, 1 down. Here's Skaggs. First pitch swinging. Bunker goes back. Ooh, wow. Cruz had covered a lot of ground in right field. Bunker yelling her off, and that was kind of tricky.
Hey, you've got the outfielders playing back for the power. Skaggs takes a massive swing, and Bunker knows she's got a lot of grass behind her. But also in the back of your mind, wondering how close those outfielders are to coming in. So it gets tricky as you start to hear each other communicate. But Bunker holds tight.
So here's Martinez, who singled her first time up. Facing Yanez for the first time today. Brooke in relief after Harper hits the 2-run shot. And Arizona soon thereafter chasing Diaz. Yanez in game 1 and game 2, Amanda, working ahead of the count consistently, and she's ahead in this one as well, 0-2.
And she's got to be feeling fresh also, keeping that pitch count low.
So Arizona looking to add to the 2-0 lead with 2 down. Runner aboard, Martinez. Waves at strike 3. So that'll do it for Arizona, but not before Jessie Harper crushes a 2-run homer. The 89th of her storied career. And Arizona leads it 2-0 via the long ball. You, Mike, but I sure never tire of watching that kid hit.
Yeah, it's fun to watch.
Pretty special. We're talking about how her swing just doesn't change a whole lot. She just goes up there looking for base hits, and the home runs kind of happen.
Yeah, the thing I like about her right now, she's getting her eyes a little deeper than she was, and when she hits the ball to right center field, then you know she's seeing it well. So that's a good sign.
Well, Coach, we were talking about the hitting and lack of hitting
Yeah.
and more hitting, and now you're producing, but then your pitchers have been so solid in the circle, just giving
Yeah.
your team opportunities. I love Alyssa's start today. Talk about that.
Yeah, you know, she's she keeps them off balance. You know, I'm sitting there and we walked the 9-hitter to face Cruz. I'm going, oh my God, what are we doing? But I guess she knows better than I do.
It worked.
Yeah,
You know,
it did. It worked.
And quickly, Mike, I just love the mindset of your kids coming into today. They get a little momentum winning the second game of the doubleheader. They seem loose and ready to go today.
Yeah, you know, that was a big one for us. I mean, we were grinding and pressing a little bit. And like I said, it felt like we had a hole in our bat. But they hang in there. You know, it's one thing about this group. They keep plugging away and keep trying to make adjustments. And, you know, every day's a new day.
I hear that, Mike. Thank you so much for taking the time.
You got it. Take care.
Every day's a new day. But you got to look at last night's the second game of that doubleheader, Amanda, and the way that Arizona came back. You know, they take the lead, they fall behind, they come back, they win it. that result, if that doesn't happen, they're looking at an 0-3 hole coming into today and kind of a lost weekend.
Right, I think absolutely. And you could just feel the fight in the team, and they knew things weren't going their way, but they continued to throw punches and just waited for those opportunities to come and to catch some breaks, and they finally did with a couple of big hits.
And boom, you look
boom.
at how today has followed suit. You know, Skaggs had that big home run yesterday, and you look at what Harper's done today with the runner on board, and it's 2-0. It's early. There's no doubt about it. Oregon's got a lot of fight in them, but that's a nice statement piece by Harper today. Bunker leading things off. Had that rip single to center field her first time up. Love the way Allie Bunker is swinging the bat.
Yeah, Allie Bunker is one of those athletes that came into Oregon in that transition year, was really thrown into the fire, and Coach Lombardi said she was forced to grow up and mature really quickly because she was one of who we had, and she played every game, and she has just accepted and dominated her role.
Nice job by Martinez to range to her left and gun out Bunker, who runs pretty well, but that's a good play by that third baseman. That'll bring up McGowan. Amanda, if Martinez lets that ball bounce one more time and forces Harper to field it, fair ball here, 2 down, any chance Bunker could have beat that out?
Bunker's quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's a sneaky quick, so I think absolutely if that ball gets into the 5-6 hole and all the way to Harper, I think Allie Bunker's safe.
So Martinez playing the hot corner beautifully. 2 down now for Hannah Delgado. You know, it was weird to see Arizona record errors in consecutive games. That just does not happen, as this is the best fielding team in the conference. They've got the depth at every position. There's no question. And then the starters are just so solid defensively, Amanda. And that doesn't change unless somebody's banged up.
You're right. If you look at the starting lineup, you've got seniors at third base, shortstop, second base, you got a freshman over at first, senior behind the plate, senior in the circle, senior in center field. This is a special group.
You're right, and I'm glad you broke it down in terms of the veterans defensively really setting the tone with some of the youngsters coming in and doing their part as well.
Yeah, and it's funny to see the divide. There's a handful of seniors, and then you got some freshmen sprinkled in, and then Hannah Martinez out in right field, that lone junior. But Coach Candrea just loves this team. It's fun to hear him talk about how much he loves them, and he's been with them. They've been here for so long, and this is a group of athletes that I was really happy to see come back for this final season. You know, and going back to the slump or expectations, there's a lot of pressure on that when you've got this many.
And just really attacking their game plans.
Missy, thanks so much for taking the time, and we always love talking to you.
Okay, thanks you guys.
That's Oregon head coach Missy Lombardi in her 3rd year with the Oregon Ducks. And getting this program, Amanda, back to upper crust stuff. She inherited a program that had risen through Mike White's tenure, and she's got this club back into thinking postseason without question, maybe even hosting a regional tournament here.
And it was a quick turnaround.
Yeah.
Also, she went through some obstacles during the transition, as many programs do. When you lose a high-profile coach, you gain a high-profile coach. But she turned this program around, and they are just on the ups.
21 years at Oklahoma. The last 11 associate head coach for Rasso, and one of the best pitching coaches in the country year in and year out, Lombardi, as Skupin waves through strike one. Year one, difficult, no question about it. 22-30 overall, 5-19 in conference play. Last year, COVID shortened 22-2, and you knew the Ducks were back. So quickly, Yanez ahead 1-2. Skupin had that long at-bat against Diaz in her first plate appearance. She was at 3-2 and fouled a ton of pitches off before walking. She's behind now and needs to protect. Cruz, ranging into foul territory, makes the catch. One down.
Scooping with a lot of power and a lot of bat speed. Goes up in the zone and just misses this rise ball. Not by much. That's a high fly. Not a lot of tail on it. Haley Cruz is able to camp right underneath.
Boy, thanks to that replay, you saw how close Scoopin was to depositing that thing over the fence. And here's Palomino Cardoza. Oh for the series, 1 for her last 12, struggling a little bit.
Yeah, she's been so much fun watching Alyssa throughout her career. Just what she's done, what she's overcome, the way that she responds to all that adversity and comes out better on the other side.
The mental toll of an ACL. Well, 2 ACLs for her. It is unimaginable in terms of rehab, the sweat and tears to get back to this level. Good eye, count evens at 2 apiece. And when she's healthy and feeling strong, she's as good a hitter as anybody in the country. That's what I'm talking about. I mean, gee whiz, Amanda, nothing big. Just let's feel let's get a feeling of a hit again.
You know,
Right?
I'm with you. Sometimes you don't care how it comes. You just want that feeling.
Yes.
And when a hit like this happens, you feel like, okay, the softball gods are on my side. No, they're still here with me.
First hit of the series, that had to have felt good. Worked that count to 3-1. Found the hole, and Palomino Cardoza aboard for Peanut Martinez.
I have a fun fact for you, Ann.
Oh, please.
Yeah, Alyssa Palomino Cardoza's aunt, Tony
Oh, yeah.
Mascarenas,
Yep.
played at University of Arizona.
Right?
Peanut Martinez, up to bat.
Yep.
Deja Mulipola, catcher. Alyssa Burrito, shortstop for Oregon, and myself, all from the same high school.
Rip right at Cruz. Unlucky for Peanut there. All of you guys at the
All
same
of us,
high school?
Isn't that amazing? I know. Pacifica High School down in Garden Grove. Who'd have thought?
Home of the what? What's your nickname?
Home of the Mariners.
Oh, say.
I
Home of the
know.
Mariners.
Go
the Fighting
Mariners.
Mariners. You bet.
And Peanut Martinez just laces this ball right at Haley Cruz.
That's unlucky.
Yeah, she's been seeing it really well.
I got to go back to the high school days. Did they retire your number?
They did, actually.
I knew it.
Yeah, I know.
Stud.
Well, I don't know if the number's retired. I got a little banner in the outfield. So does Deja for being on the Olympic team.
Ball gets away from Bowden. Sid throws it away. Look out. So runners advancing. You know that you got to get rid of that ball in a hurry when it's Miono. We've talked about her speed home to first, and that puts a lot of pressure on the defense.
Right. You just don't have any time. You have to get that ball in and out, get it over, throw a strike. Any hesitation, any bobble. And this is the result.
So second and third with 2 down now. Miono does her job, and here's Karanko. Single her last plate appearance. And after her single, it was Harper's home run. That helped chase Diaz. A base hit here, Amanda, looks mighty big for Arizona.
Yeah, it looks like Arizona's finally catching a couple of breaks with the miscue over at first, or the ball to the fence, I should say, moving Palomino Cardozo over to third.
Oregon's first error of the series. And the count runs to 3-0. Runners on second and third, 2 down. Karanko swinging on the 3-0 pitch. Bunker camps underneath it, and the Cats strand a couple. So Wilsper from Louisiana Lafayette. What do you like about her at this point, Amanda?
It's just she's hanging around the strike zone and using that off-speed pitch a lot and complementing it with both that drop ball and her rise. I think her ability to change planes and speeds is making it really difficult for Oregon to catch up.
Denham coming in with that glossy 16-6 record to lead Arizona in the win department. Her ERA at $1.80 comes down to 174 in conference play, going against some of the best hitters in the country. Denham has been solid. Rachel Sid to lead things off here in the fourth. The Ducks already having stranded 4. They need runners aboard, and they need that timely hit. Or a timely walk as the count goes to 3-0 to Sid.
Both Yanez and Denham are still trying to figure out that strike zone. It's that inside corner to the righties, outside to the lefties that's giving them a hard time.
3-1. Now Sid gets the green light. Sid with home run power. But right now just looking to get aboard via the hit. Tailing away a bit from Peanut Martinez, but no problem for Peanut. So after falling behind 3-0, Denham retires Sid.
And Sid squares up really well on this pitch, tails a little away from Peanut Martinez, but she follows it nicely to the warning track.
So you go from 3-0 to having a seat if you're Sid. And here's Bowden. Struck out her first time up. Bowden, one of 5 honored before the game. It's senior day here in Eugene. You see the numbers right outside the infield honoring the 5 that were saluted in the pregame ceremony. Bowden, one of them.
Senior day is always a little emotional for the athletes on the field, but it's also for fans and coaches who've had these players for the last 4 and now 5 years. To think next season we won't be able to see the Haley Cruzes on the field and the Shea Bowdens, the Alyssa Palomino Cardozas and the Jessie Harpers. Right, that's
Stop.
Isn't that group just, man.
Two down. Denham continues to just kind of quietly do her thing. She's got a few Ks, don't get me wrong, but she's sure letting that defense help her out.
And she's helped herself out a little with some D.
Herrera, first pitch swinging.
You know what I'm a little surprised about, Ann? And I know I'm old school a little bit.
Keep
I
going.
love the long ball, but we really haven't seen much of the short game. Not a lot of soft slaps or putting the bunt down. Let's work the corners a little bit. Make a move.
Have we seen the first baseman for either team field a bunt
I don't think so.
this series?
I don't think so. We've seen a whole lot of Sid fielding bunts.
You bet. Yep.
Making some nice plays. That was in a sacrifice type of situation. And I'm talking more about in just, keep creating a variety.
Yeah. And Denham likes the 3 up and 3 down variety, I'll tell you that, as Arizona still leads it 2-0.
You're watching Pac-12 Network, where champions play. Available on Xfinity.
When you're building a business, it's easy to find a bank who says all the right things. They'll say they have the products and services you need, and blah, blah, blah. They go on and on saying they'll blah, blah this and blah, blah that. But when it comes time to actually expanding your business, well, that's when you need Pacific Premier Bank. We're completely dedicated to supporting our clients' growth. And that's no blah, blah, blah. Pacific Premier Bank, where business meets opportunity.
Excellence knows it's not going to be perfect.
It's about putting courage first,
Taking risks, trusting my athleticism,
canceling out the negativity.
because preparation equals confidence.
And confidence is born from courage.
What's your mantra?
You're watching Pac-12 Network.
Wildcats leading 2-0 going into the top of the 5th thanks to this knock, Amanda.
Jessie Harper got a pitch in the zone, in her wheelhouse. Saw it deep, headed over the right field fence.
That came in the 3rd. 2-run bomb for Harper, number 89 in her career. 13th on the year, and she'll lead things off. Harper having herself a day. And again, to your point, Amanda, soft stuff, long stuff. Harper doesn't care. She's on base.
Right. She was swinging it nicely yesterday, had a couple of nice hits off the wall, but this time over the fence and then a little bloop single. I mean, you just can't defend that.
Great way to start the frame off for Arizona. Here's Mulipola. Walked her last time up. In fact, it was Mulipola's walk that chased Diaz and brought in Yanez. Here's that short game. Ooh. Bang, bang, and Arizona did not like that call. Bertuzzi says the throw was in time as Mulipola got down the line, Amanda.
She did. She legged that out. And look she put the bunt exactly where you want to put it. She made Yanez go a long way to make that play and turn her body. If this throw isn't perfect, there's not a shot. Mulipola is just legging it. Ooh, that's close.
Ooh.
That is close. But Jessie Harper's on second, so.
Yep. And here
Mission
is,
accomplished.
Yeah, here's Skaggs. And if I said, I can't remember if I said that home run came in the 2nd or 3rd, but it came in the 3rd. So here we are for Harper. Who stands on second? Skaggs retired with the pop out. Got underneath that one. Sid camping under it. 2 down. So here's Malia Martinez with 2 down. This is the regular season home finale for the Oregon Ducks. They'll be at Cal next weekend to close out the regular season period, while Arizona and UCLA tangle next weekend, Amanda. That is going to be something.
And that really could be a series that decides the standings in Pac-12 ultimately. Malia Martinez just missing on this low rise on the outside corner.
0-2. If Arizona were able to hold this lead, Amanda, salvage the series, take 2 games against the Ducks, 2 finally breaking through with wins against ranked foes on the road, and if they were to have some success against UCLA, that could go a long way in determining super regionals, hosting, et cetera, et cetera.
I couldn't agree more.
5 departing players were honored. Haley Cruz, Samaria Diaz, Bowden, Hopper, all seniors, along with Annalisa Williamson, a junior who will be graduating and moving on. And you look at this 5, and they will be missed. You mentioned the thought of not seeing Cruz in an Oregon uniform brings me to my knees, Amanda.
I know we go through this every year. The thought of not having these key players on the field is just heartbreaking. But I guess it's got to happen to everybody at some point.
Both of these programs with such wonderful players that by the time they hit their junior and senior years, just great leaders. Brito finally aboard, hit that ball sharply off the glove of Martinez, and they give her a hit.
Well, Brito's been needing this. This would have been a phenomenal play if Malia Martinez would have held on to that. That was a shot. The fact that she was able to get any part of her glove or body on that is just impressive. But Brito's been looking for a break like that.
First hit of the series. First hit in over 20 plate appearances. So a leadoff single here in the 5th. Pangilinan shows bunt. And now it'll be Mulipola who would like a word with Denham. Critical time of this game.
And showing that bunt, it just tells you that Oregon's going for 1 run at a time. They want to make sure they get Brito in a good position for Haley Cruz and Ellie Bunker to come up and keep things going.
Kind of taking a page out of Game 1's book, where Bunker lays down, Cruz leads off with that soft single. Bunker lays down the bunt, gets her into scoring position. Ducks trail by 1. McGowan walks it off.
It's textbook softball, and it works. When you execute the bunt, you move your runner into scoring position. It gives you a good chance of scoring.
Shows bunt, brings the bat back, 1-1. Cat and mouse game here, Amanda. Just a gorgeous day for Senior Day, for Mother's Day, for the series finale. Dead ball there. 1-2. I would expect now Pangilinan will be forced to hit away.
Yeah, but still, I can't stress it enough, even in this type of a situation, 2 strikes, it's situational. Put that ball on the ground, move Brito over.
Obviously, Arizona looking for a strikeout or a pop-up. And to your point, this is big for Pangilinan. Got to find ground, got to move the runner over. Staying alive. Deja walked her first time up. Has had a couple of hits in this series, getting some good playing time. Off speed, got her. That thing just dropped off the table, and you took a little something off of it, and Pangilinan was all in knots.
That was just a good pitch, down and inside.
So here's Cruz. Can't believe I'm saying it, but she's been kind of quiet today.
In her 2 at-bats.
She has flown out to right field in both of those plate appearances. Coming into this 4th and final game, just white hot. Hitting for the series cycle, so of course that includes a home run. So you know she's got long ball power, gap to gap power. You pitch her carefully. But Bunker awaits. 2-1.
That's a great first pitch, or first strike, I should say, to Haley Cruz. Trying not to let her get her hands extended.
Fair ball off the bag, unlucky for Martinez, who is going to have to backhand that thing. It hits the sack, and everybody is safe.
And Haley Cruz chops down, trying to find dirt. She does, and it hugs that foul line. I didn't think it was going to be that close to the bag, but Malia Martinez just a step behind it, and that ball hits the bag, and that's fair.
So that will bring up Bunker. She represents the go-ahead run. First and second, 1 away. Ducks trailing 2-0 here in the 5th. Just misses inside as Mulipola wanted to freeze that thing and show Ron Burkhardt, hey, I like the edge.
That's a tough pitch to lay off of. Little squirrely backdoor curve.
What's a squirrely backdoor curve? No, I've
It's all
got
in
you.
my head.
Yikes. I love it. Are you kidding me?
Well, the backdoor curve's a pitch that it curves like a curve. So a typical curve would curve from the plate away to a right-handed hitter. A backdoor starts at that right-handed hitter's hip and ends up about the chalk line, between the chalk line and the plate.
Ooh,
I know, it's tough because you think it's coming inside and then it just bends back over the strike zone.
that sounds squirrely to me.
It's pretty squirrely.
Yeah.
And when she throws it, when Alyssa Denham throws it, it looks like it flutters. Like a lot of spin. It's not overpowering.
How do you stay home on that one?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Count goes full. This is going to be interesting. 3-2 Bunker. Again, she's got the 9 big flies and leads this club with the 46 ribbies. Rarely strikes out, doesn't walk a lot either, and here we are with the full count. Nice play by Martinez on the run to field that ball and erase the runner at second. So runners at the corners with 2 down.
That just shows the confidence that Malia Martinez has in her ability to make the play, and also trusting that her teammate's going to be there. All of her momentum is going towards first base, but instead Martinez decides to cut down that runner off second base to prevent another from being in scoring position. I think it's a really smart play.
So here's McGowan. I love the footwork by Martinez on that play there. And no hesitation, to your point, Amanda, to get that runner at second. So first and third, 2 down. McGowan. We have gone on and on about the 2-out magic with the Oregon Ducks. McGowan looking to add to it. Nearly half of Oregon's plated runs this year coming via the 2-out hit. Unbelievable. We're getting late in this game, bottom of the 5th. The Ducks with the 5 hits, but no runs yet, as they've stranded a few. Just outside. McGowan, another one of those disciplined Duck hitters. Rarely strikes out. She's looking to dig in here. Stays alive.
Melissa Denham's drop just falls right off the table. A lot of late break on it, tight spin.
Denham, who has just been so calm and collected in the circle this entire series. Just missing outside, so going east and west, and the count full again.
That's a tough pitch. It's a tough pitch to lay off of with 2 strikes.
Oh.
I don't know where that missed.
Yow! What a pitch by Denham to get McGowan. Huge strikeout for Denham. And the lead stays in the back pockets of the Arizona Wildcats. Sitting down McGowan with 2 on. Still 2-0. Jesse Harper's 2-run homer in the 3rd, the difference in this game. That was off of Duck starter Samaria Diaz. Yanez in the circle now for Oregon. Megan Rabin says Skupin did not go.
Skupin's hands looked like they wanted to go, but the barrel stayed back.
Two and one. And you know Skupin, with all that power, with the count going 3-1, has a green light.
I remember her last at-bat, she just missed that rise ball, hit it high and deep into right field.
Shading over a little bit towards left field is Pangilinan, but is able to track that thing down. Other games going on in Pac-12 softball. Arizona State leading OSU in the bottom of the 5th. Washington all over Utah, and as we mentioned, after our game, we'll head to UCLA for the Stanford-UCLA game. Look out, yow! Wow, I mean, that just scattered everybody in the Wildcat dugout.
That's why they put those fences up in front.
I'll say.
Stay behind a fence.
Not so friendly fire there. So quickly ahead, Yanez 0-2. Yanez in relief. She's already won a couple of games in this series. Trying to keep Arizona from scoring any more runs, as her Duck offense has yet to get untracked. 2-0 Wildcats. And looking for more.
This is a good at-bat by Palomino Cardoza. She's starting to see the ball better. She takes some really nice hacks. Yanez is difficult when she's working ahead. You have to look for just about anything.
Boy, and the eye there to not chase Amanda when you're trying to protect, and sometimes you just kind of commit and then end up flailing at something.
Right. And that's the struggle, is not to commit before you see the pitch.
3-2. Payoff pitch coming from Yanez. And McGowan wants to have a little chat with Brooke.
Well, I like that Yanez is just taking control. She's getting the sign and typically just throws what's called, but there are times where you'll see her shake. She knows exactly what she wants to go to. And as a pitcher, if you're 100% committed to the pitch, you're more likely to throw a good one.
Bowden at the last second throws her glove up and makes the stab.
And Bowden was playing well behind first base on that, so you wonder if she'd have been up at normal depth had that been able to drop in right field.
That's a big out for the Oregon Ducks. So Peanut comes to the plate with nobody on, swings through strike one. 5 for Mike Candrea and the Wildcats.
Yeah, it's neat to see how they interchange Skupin and Kutsianopoulos, two freshmen who have long careers ahead of them as Wildcats.
Oregon burning daylight, burning outs. We're in the bottom of the 6th. And Delgado quickly falls behind here to open up the frame.
Because I look ahead, and because I'm not on the field, I can. There's 6 outs left for the Ducks and 6 hitters before you get back to Haley Cruz. So if you can be efficient, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. That's probably the path you want to stay on it.
I like the way you're thinking. Now, would Denham allow herself to go there, or the Wildcat defense?
Nah, it's way too. I think you just saw Haley Cruz last inning, so that's not in your mind at all.
Okay.
Maybe next inning when you start to get down to that 7, 8, 9.
Yep.
You'll think about it a little bit more.
Okay.
Or at least making sure if Haley Cruz is up, nobody's on base in front of her.
The respect Cruz demands and commands after what she's done this series. 1-2 to Delgado. LOBs have been the story for the Ducks in this game. 6 stranded to this point. Karanko does her thing, 1 away. And nothing like getting that leadoff hitter put to bed, Amanda, especially late in a tight game.
Oh, you know what? You just got to attack the zone. Don't mess around. The later you get into the game, the more efficient you want to be. Especially when your team is doing some pretty good things offensively. You want to get them back in the dugout as quick as possible.
So here's Rachel Sid. Hitless today. Hitless in the series. Sid, the everyday third baseman for Lombardi and the Ducks since her freshman year. 2019, she was all freshman. Had the 9 home runs, most by an Oregon freshman since 2013.
This was a fun group to watch their freshman season.
Yeah.
With Rachel Sid, Allie Bunker, Jazz Severs, and a bunch more as they were rebuilding that year.
So Sid, good at bat, draws the free pass. And Lombardi will go to her bench. Maddie Hopper will pick up a stick. It's a good look at the seniors. Maddie Hopper, one of those seniors, honored before the game. Transfer from Pacific, Salem, Oregon native. Cancer survivor. Surgery in 2017 to remove a tumor in her cheek. This was when she was at Pacific and redshirted that year. And then got the great news that she was cancer-free in August of 2017. My goodness. Hopper, buck 88. She's got the 6 hits and a couple of home runs. We saw what Skaggs did in that pinch hit home run appearance yesterday for Arizona. Look at Karanko. Terrific play by Reyna at second base. At the last second, makes the dive, makes the stop, and records the out.
Yeah, Hopper tagged this ball. Looked like it was going to make it into right field. Not a lot of time for Karanko to react. She goes down to her knees, gets that ball, and gets the out. It's a great contact by Hopper.
And how big of an out is that for Arizona? So now 2 down, and here's Herrera. So instead of 1 down with runners on first and second, 2 down now. Of the 7th, the dangerous Mioño will lead things off. So as Harper continues the home run chase, that's home run number 89 for Jessie Harper. She's in 4th place all time on the D1 career list, chasing Newman, Mauga, and Chamberlain.
It's almost like you have to get that number out of your head moving forward, because you think about the pitchers you're going to be facing. You got UCLA next weekend, and then you go into the regionals and the super regionals, hopefully, and the World Series. It's just going to get more and more difficult.
Great job by Yanez, ringing up Mioño.
This is just a really tough pitch. Look at the bite down, off-speed drop outside.
Nothing squirrely about that, Amanda Freed.
So squirrely.
Here's Karanko. Two down. Yanez coming in relief and showing us her stuff again. How good has Brooke Yanez been this entire series?
She's been phenomenal. She mixes her speeds. I feel like a few more off speeds this game than the previous, but you have to change your mentality and your game plan when you face a team for the 3rd time, and she just continues to do good things.
So here's Harper. Yanez running into some problems that she seems to have corrected in terms of giving up some long balls, Amanda. After some really good outings against UCLA, she got roughed up a little bit in the big fly department. She seems to have corrected that.
Right, and we've seen a lot of down in the zone, a lot of hard break down. So if you can master that pitch and then complement it with the up, then you're likely to throw a hitter more off balance instead of living at the waist and above, so hitters can adjust to that.
0-2, 2 down, nobody on for Harper. Gee whiz, Jessie Harper. You know, we just talk about, it's fun to watch her hit. It doesn't matter where the ball is. At some point, she's going to figure something out and get a seeing eye single or a big bomb. Doesn't matter.
That's right. She went big bomb over right field and went left side. That time goes right side with almost a defensive-looking swing, but she just has so much power through the zone that...
Ducks, Amanda, are down to their final 3 outs.
Right, and we've seen what the Ducks can do, come back from behind, change the trajectory of this game. As we mentioned, Haley Cruz will have an opportunity to come up to bat. It's whether or not there'll be a runner on base when she does.
So Ariel Carlson will pinch hit for Brito.
Denham going after her hard with the first couple of strikes.
Carlson hitting a .170, does have the home run. And quickly set down via the K.